What's up, everybody? Reporting to you from the Maxon booth at Siggraph 2018 with Al and John from Defiant Lobster Games. You'll just both finished a dual presentation together, which is what Matt and I are going to be doing tomorrow. It's been a long couple days. I got to say, I'm very grateful for the fact that you went and got me an espresso shot earlier, or otherwise I might not be awake right now. So thanks for that. So first of all, let's talk about what your presentation was about today.
Okay. Well, we at Defiant Lobster Games have created tutorials under the flag of Game Dev HQ. And the idea is that it's your Indian advantage, and did I say India advantage? India advantage, and we want to push the game development pipeline for indie developers using Cinema 4D and Unity. We don't want to go outside of Cinema 4D. We know as a product, it is fantastic. It doesn't do the sculpting, the baking, the UV mapping, the rigging, the body paint, everything. You could pretty much do everything inside of it. So our presentation was to show off how we could build a video game character in Cinema 4D and bring it into Unity and actually have it interact with the environment. So for our presentation, we simply started off with, a start-off sculpting, a start-off base geometry, and then we painted it, we sculpted it, we brought it polygons back down, placed it in a normal channel, we rigged it and animated it, and then we exported it down into Unity. And then with a couple quick built-in little components, we were able to actually have that character run through its entire scene, able to run up to a box which was fractured in Brograph using the Brograph fracture tool, and actually break it in an interactive and real-time experience.
So tell me a little bit about what you do as far as your site with your community and learning Unity and all of that.
Yeah, absolutely. So we run a community of over 30,000 active members and growing on Game Dev HQ. We have students from over 152 different countries, and we provide them with a community dedicated to the success of indie game developers. So we have everything from monthly game jams to weekly challenges to live AMAs with industry experts that will tell you about what it takes to get into that role, as well as the opportunity for dev blogs, portfolio hosting, and everything in between of what a developer needs to get a job in this industry. So our courses are very career focused. So we teach game development in Unity as a gateway to an interactive career in software engineering. So you can make games, or you can go to automotive, to the AI industry, all the way to film and interactive content. And then went through Al's courses, we're teaching game art pipeline, but then you can also take that same tool and knowledge and apply it to the commercial film VFX industry.
So what's the name of your game that just came out?
We created a game called Dungeon Escape. And Dungeon Escape is a 2D platform adventure game. You can download it on Android and iOS at this point in time. And it is a fantastic proof of concept. A lot of times you'll hear people saying, I could show you this, I could show you how to do this. They'll put these beautiful thumbnails on their tutorials, and you actually click the link and it's a bunch of cubes running into each other with some bloated script that doesn't work. We don't believe in that. What you see is what you get. So we created this game to show what can be done in Unity and in Cinema 4D. So for Unity, it's a 2D platformer game with parallaxing backgrounds that you're able to attack enemies, defeat them. There's an end boss inside of it. There's a map feature where you can scroll and pick different levels, all that other good stuff. But then also all the graphics inside of it were done using the typical VisFX software that you guys are all accustomed to. So we're talking Cinema 4D, we're talking After Effects, we're talking Photoshop, things that you guys traditionally never really want to leave. We don't want you to go out of that world. We want you to stay inside of it. So, character animations. We're not going to hand draw 30 frames of animation. If you've done that once, you'll never do it again. We do that using Cinema 4D. We rig our characters in there. We render them out. Environments. I don't want to draw rocks and build platforms on that. I want to render it once and then create a tile map and paint my entire level in just free-handed and just enjoy the experience. And that's exactly what we did, is we created this 2D game as a proof of concept to show everyone, hey, this is what you can build, taking our courses, and then we link inside of it where the courses are so you can easily download them with a massive discount code, taking it, of course, from Udemy, from like $200 down to like $10. So It's like a 95% reduction on everything. And really, in the end, what our true belief is this. We got some serious monsters in the VisFX world. We got some serious monsters who build amazing things, not just video games, but interactive things, interactive features, interactive simulations, VR, AR, things like that. You guys are amazing. You guys are the ones that are the artists that take a tool that is very complicated and make it look simple, make it look like it does things it shouldn't do. We want to provide that same experience in the Unity background and the Unity platform and make it easy for the artist to create something that has never been seen before, never been done before, using a game engine. And the only way to do that is stick with tools that are comfortable and easy to use, like a Cinema 4D, and get that into Unity using our teachings and any plugins that we develop for it.
And who did you learn how to do game development?
Oh, this man right here. He unfortunately had to deal with me for a. And here's the. I met Jon, and he tutored me an hour twice a week for an entire year, so I can get enough of C# down to do prototypes. This is how complicated scripting can be. There's a lot of time and dedication into it. But yeah, that's exactly how I met it. Jon is one of those fantastic people that, you hear about those like geniuses and you're like, okay, I'm going to tell this story because I love telling this story every single time. Jon's like, stop it, Al. So Jon is a self-taught engineer, and he ended up writing a ton of stuff for Unity back when Unity was like in the 2.0 area. That was before they had like years attached to it. And he was working for Adult Swim doing Rick and Morty stuff, and he was doing stuff for Cartoon Network and games like that. And he's got to tell you some of his Cartoon Network games that he had to build. But they were saying, hey, you need to go get your degree. You need to get your 4-year degree in programming. And this guy's self-taught. So he ends up going to his first class about the fundamentals of C# or C++. He sits through it painfully, and then he goes and hands the professor at 19 the book he published about how to program in C#. And then you basically got the whole thing cleared off and went from there. You just had to pay the fee and you're done. So
you're like, I literally wrote the book on this. Can I please go?
Literally, they're teaching Unity from like educational content that probably I wrote. And I was just like, here's my book. And the Art Institute gave me a bunch of proficiency credits, and I was out of there.
Nice. So how long have you been doing this then? How many years?
9 years now in Unity.
Okay, so if people want to find you online, where can they find you?
Yeah, so you can find us online at gamedevhq.com. We have an active community of over 30,000 students across the world, and that's how you can stay in touch. Also on Twitter and social at gamedevhq.
All right. And do you have any other Twitter handles if people want to find your other work online?
Yeah, if they want to find my work, they can go on to renderready.com and take a look at some of the stuff down there, or renderready on Twitter.
Cool. All right. Well, we appreciate you.
Check out Defiant Lobster Games as well.
Of course.
We put out a brand new video game element, a brand new set of levels, a brand new plugins, or by the course, or any new games that we develop. Check us out on there as well. So Game Dev HQ and Defiant Lobster Games.
I'm a member of your Facebook page.
Man, my man, I love it. You're getting another espresso tomorrow.
Yes, that's awesome. All right, well, we're going to get going from the show floor of Siggraph 2018. We're out.